welcome back to the Webleedpixels Podcast. I'm your host T.
And I'm your co-host V.
Hi V.
Hi T.
How have you been over the last 2 weeks?
I've been alright. How have you been?
Yeah, I ain't been too bad. Not been too bad. It's weird because it's coming up at the end of the year and there's like a lot of stuff which obviously has happened this year. And we're going to go through the Game Awards because that happened 2 days ago and there's a lot that got announced. There's some really exciting stuff which got announced.
Oh yes. And then we'll also do our own kind of Game Awards, just wrapping up the year. Just talking about all the games that we've played or seen or experienced this year.
Yes. So we got technically this is our last podcast of 2021.
Oh, that's crazy to say.
That is kind of crazy to say that we're at the end of 2021 and this is it. This is the end. So, firstly, I would like to go and delve into Elden Ring.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Did you see the story trailer?
Yes, it looked beautiful.
Like, that is what an not Elder Scrolls, it's because I'm getting confused, but that is what a Dark Souls game is. Like, From Software has done it again. It's such a fantastic... it's so fantastic. Like, it's so beautiful looking.
It's so beautiful. It's like they took the, storytelling aspect of Dark Souls, in the beginning with the woman who's, telling you everything as you, walk through it. And it has that kind of, Galadriel telling the story of the rings vibe to it, And then, it just is beautiful. And then it ends with her. I forget what she says. Something about you.
She says that the Elden Ring is waiting for the next king, and then she looks up and then she's like, unless you profound to be it, or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful.
And the music.
The music's gonna be great. That's gonna be my
the
new,
music's gonna be fantastic.
Soundtrack.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls. Well, From Software always do such an amazing job with their scores.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just the story. It's it looks so good. Like Dark Souls is very. I mean, it's dark, but it's very
detailed.
I don't know. Grayscale, brown scale, I don't know. It's very low color. This was you can tell it's a dark world, but they threw in color that just made it so beautiful. It was, oh my gosh.
When those two people were fighting, I think they're the two kings fighting, and then you had that giant flower thing just open up on his back. What is that?
And then, but before that happens, when I think he stabs the big one, and you see his eyes, and he's shot. It's just the detail of it. You think you're watching a movie, and then when it hits you that you're this is a game, and especially for people who have been playing games for a long time, and you've really seen how far they've come to see such detailed and just amazing looking games is really cool to see just how good they look,
I cannot wait to play that game. Sadly it got delayed until February, but that's okay because it's only February.
If it looks like that, delay it as long as you want.
No, don't say that because they might.
Okay, sorry, don't delay it, please. It's beautiful, but we want it now.
Yes.
No, but honestly, it's so beautiful that it's please give us a finished game. It looks beautiful, but it's take your time to make it actually work. We don't want some cyberpunk issue,
please, no.
where it's it looks great, but it's doesn't work.
Yes, please do not. Although From Software, they're normally really good with their games. Normally they are fantastic with their games. But like you can tell that it is from Software because it has the Dark Souls vibes, it has the Demon Souls vibes, it has the Bloodborne like vibes, but it also has Sekiro vibes, like with that because it's one of those two things that like fighting, and like he kind of like he loses his arm, and then he just like grabs his sword. So it's like you can tell it's all of them threw into the mix. Like they have definitely taken inspiration from all of their previous games for this game, and I cannot wait. I am gonna just lose my mind.
I'm excited to see how all that inspiration plays into it and where you can see it, but also where you can see how they've made it its own thing.
Yeah.
Like if you can really tell the like separations.
So, unsurprisingly enough, Elden Ring won most anticipated game of 2021.
Of course. Like so many people have been talking about how excited they are for it, whether or not they play that type of game. I just like so many people have said how looking forward to it they are.
I think that in 2022, when the 2022 Game Awards happen, I think that they're going to win Best Score and Music. This year it went to Nier Replicant. Haven't played that one yet, but I honestly think that this one will go to Elden Ring. It could even possibly be that Elden Ring takes Game of the Year. Maybe. I'm not sure. Or Best RPG. They're going to take one of the titles. You know that they are.
Hope so. I think it could be close because I know that there's also, oddly, a lot of hype for Halo as well. But
oh yeah,
I do think that it could be very close, or like definitely in the like top ones of that like running.
What would that be for Game of the Year? Do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think that it would be in the running.
I know that Halo Infinite won Player's Choice, which is surprising or weird because considering like the only thing which we've played of Halo would have been like the beta and then the multiplayer they released for free.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, it's so good. And then we got Alan Wake 2 as well.
Oh my, that one looked amazing too.
Finally, some Alan Wake 2. It's what I'm thinking though is like, is it too late? Have they left it far too late to do Alan Wake 2, or is the hype just enough to wait an extra year? Because it's not even out next year; it's out in 2023.
I don't think they waited too long. I think it's fine. I think there are enough people who like either Alan Wake or that company that like that's fine. And I think especially after this little like trailer, I think anyone who like had any kind of like excitement for Alan Wake and maybe died off a little, it was like reignited after seeing that.
Or did they do the most perfect thing ever? Because this year they actually released Alan Wake. It'd been like 10 years. So Alan Wake came out in 2011, and then they re-released it and remastered it for 2021. So is it perfect for them to then announce Alan Wake 2 being... You know, I don't know, like, was it like some fantastic marketing scheme that it was like, okay, we'll do nothing for 10 years, and then anniversary of Alan Wake, we'll re-release Alan Wake 1, and then we'll hit them at the Game Awards with, boom, Alan Wake 2.
Whether or not they meant to wait so long, I don't know, but I do think that they did something right by releasing it remastered now while people are waiting for Alan Wake 2.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I know that I noticed that on the Xbox Game Pass, one of the Alan Wake games from the 360 actually came available onto Game Pass as well. So it's like, okay, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, their marketing team is doing what they should be doing, and like by even by releasing the remastered version now, that also kind of makes it so anyone who never played it before is playing it now and then will be hyped for the second one. So that's bringing in the old audience of people who know it and love it, as well as new people who don't know what it is, maybe saw the trailer today or whenever this awards was. I watched it today, but saw the awards and are like, hey, that looks like a cool game. Where can I play the first one? Oh, it's right here, baby. And like they can play it. And then
Yeah.
they're hyped for the second one.
Yeah, see, so it's we see you, we know what you're doing. You're clever. It's
Very
clever. It's
clever.
very clever. I do want to talk a little bit about some of the actual awards and maybe get like, I don't know, maybe like some thoughts. I mean, I know that It Takes Two kind of swept a little bit of the board. So did that Kena Bridge of Spirits, which is crazy to think of that, because Kena Bridge of Spirits actually it got delayed. So for them to take home awards is fantastic. I think it's fantastic. But It Takes Two obviously won Game of the Year.
And there's a little bit of drama.
There is drama. They also won Best Family Game, and they won Best Multiplayer Game as well. So It Takes Two, congratulations for your Game of the Year award. It's really deserved. I feel as if it's really deserved because I've seen Crunchy play it and it looks fantastic.
I think it's deserved, and then especially like with everything going on, I think it's even more so deserved. And you can tell the guy who accepted the award, he was so, I mean, shocked. I don't think that they were expecting it. And I don't know, it was
Do
really
you think
sweet.
that they don't
Like
tell them? Because I know that for like movie and for like say like TV awards or like movie awards or music awards, they know like a week or 2 weeks before that they've won the award.
even if they told him like beforehand, I still think that it was a really amazing thing for them, because like it's probably still a shock, you know. It's not like you're some big game who like expects to win, and if you don't, then you're like, what just happened? I should have won, you know. I think it's like either way, they're so shocked and like happy that they won. Even if they were told beforehand, that's still a huge deal to them, and a huge shock of like, oh my gosh, like we never expected this, you know. Whereas as opposed to like big games who like maybe expect it, and then they're told ahead of time, they're like, yeah, we figured.
Yeah, but like, I mean, should we delve into the little bit of drama?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's drama it. So, for anyone who don't know, It Takes Two, obviously, that's the name of the game. It's called It Takes Two. But Rockstar's, like GTA Rockstar's, I think it's like the mother company or the side company, Take Two, are actually, they want to trademark the name Takes Two, which means that It Takes Two are going to have issues, because Rockstar aren't happy, or Take Two aren't happy with them having the name It Takes Two as a game. Whatever reason why, I don't know. Maybe they're salty of that. I don't know. So
Yeah, so they've basically put them in a corner as far as like, hey, this is our name, like we can claim it if we want to. I don't think they are yet, but basically it means that the game It Takes Two cannot trademark their name or whatever, and that at any point this Rockstar sister company can decide to trademark it, and if they do, then It Takes Two may have to change their name or like go through some kind of whole process. So it's like basically like they're not doing it yet, but they've kind of like gave them the warning, like, hey, we could do this. So like they're just kind of stuck in this like corner right now of like, well, at any point, this sister company of Rockstar could do this. So, you know, they can't trademark their name. They can't really do anything with that name or game or whatever, and like could potentially have to change everything.
we'll see if it goes down a lengthy legal battle. It could mean that It Takes Two will either have to change their name, which I don't know what happens then for obviously the game, you know, for the awards or anything like that, because it's well deserved, you know, awards. So it's either that they're going to have to change their name, or they will have to stop selling the game immediately, like, and it will have to be removed from all of the selling places. Which is like, that's rubbish. Like, come on, like that's rubbish. Don't do that, Take Two. Like, be cool. Like, we're sorry that the remastered editions of Grand Theft Auto never got anywhere, like inside the Game Awards, and everyone hated it because you didn't spend enough time on it and they look like Roblox. But come on, don't take out your frustration on It Takes Two. Maybe get and work on GTA 6 and make that your priority. Like, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just a very like crap, salty move on their part of like because okay, this company has been along for who knows how long, a long time, has had all this time to trademark that name, whatever, and suddenly this indie game or this indie company makes this little game and it does really well, gains some popularity, and suddenly they're like, actually, that's part of our name. We want it, And it's like, come on. And I feel like, this win for It Takes Two is really great for them. I think they deserve the recognition. They deserve the win. It's just going to be really great for them. It's a win for them on two fronts of like, yes, they won for the game, but it's kind of like a slap in the face to this Rockstar other side company. But at the same time, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because it's like, well, does then that mean that they're going to hit harder on the It Takes Two company and game now? Like, now that they've won, are they going to be like, yeah, no, you're doing too well. We're going to trademark our name and screw you over?
In like a weird kind of way, it's like Lord of the Rings, like say like like creators and like it's like that, like them seeing Elden Ring win most anticipated game and then be like, we're gonna trademark Ring.
Yeah, yes, it's exactly like
it's
that.
Like it's so, or like say somebody like say like a game has a number because it's like the sequel and they're like, oh, this game's gonna make a sequel now and they done really well on their first one. Let's trademark 2. Let's trademark 3. Or let's trademark evil, like it's like Resident Evil trademarking the word evil, so it's Evil Within can't do well, or can't now make Evil Within 3. It's don't be dumb. Just don't be salty. Just take the L.
It just seems like such a like minuscule loophole type thing that it's like the game is called It Takes Two and this company is called Take Two.
Also,
and
it's completely different games. Like,
yeah, but just the fact that they're like, oh, part of our name is in the name of your game, so we're gonna trademark. Like, it's some weird like legal loophole thing that it's like, even though the names are different, It Takes Two and Take Two, they can trademark it and still screw them over. Like,
yeah,
it's so the names are not the same, but I know that it's like it's still some weird legal thing where it's like they can do that apparently.
Is it? All right, well, we can know that Life is Strange. Obviously has the word life in it, and then Hasbro has the game of Life. It's like it like them after all these years being like, yo, Life is Strange. Let's talk about trademarking that word life.
Yeah, it's just insane, and it's so salty, and Rockstar is just showing their butt. Like,
they are showing their butt.
It's like, you didn't have to do this, but suddenly this game gets some popularity, and you're like, oh, actually, we want our name.
A lot of big companies, though, are showing their butt with Ubisoft and their NFTs. Activision Blizzard, we all know what's happening there. Riot is in with that mix as well, which I recently learned after like seeing like some praise of that, like Riot at the Game Awards, then actually saw some articles and stuff of Riot where they're actually in the same kind of like boat as Activision Blizzard. It's like Bethesda seems to be the only, I've said this on stream, Bethesda seems right now is they seem like the Keanu Reeves of game dev world. Yes, their games aren't brilliant and aren't perfect, but at least they're fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Todd Howard, do not let us down.
As much as they can like be a bit jankety, they're pretty unproblematic as far as I know.
Yeah, like the only most problematic thing which they done recently was got bought out by Xbox, and then their games got made exclusive to Xbox and PC. But that's not exactly like, anything kind of really bad. Like, because you can still play their games if you have a PC and if you have an Xbox. Like, sorry for Sony, but it's kind of like, I don't know. Xbox has waited a long time to have like some proper exclusive content onto their, say, like consoles, and we've waited a long time for some games to come out from Sony, you know, like which were exclusive to Sony, which are now only just getting onto other platforms. It's like a role reversal, but it's just I don't know where to trust. Like, can you trust big companies anymore through NFTs, through just being like general rubbish companies with what happens in and what they allow to happen inside their like company themselves? It's just it's I don't know. Indie companies continue to rise above. We always praise indie companies, but this is why, because they continue to rise above like everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like, I don't know, like you always hear like, oh yeah, it's like good practice there. There's this, there's that. You know, oh, it's so friendly over there. It's so fun. Like we're just a big family. And then you get like the big like companies, and they're like walking all over each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Speaking of, I'm assuming indie games. I mean, I think it is. In the Game Awards show, there was this game. You know me. I love my cute games. It was so cute.
Is it Cute Grape Game?
No, it's not another cute grape game, but it is so cute. I don't know how to say it. To Chia or Chia, I don't know. Um, it looks so cute. It's got some like, okay, don't come after me. I'm a baby gamer, but it's got some kind of like Zelda ish vibes to it. I say that whenever someone has like a little leaf
I was gonna
parachute thing
say,
or paraglider. That's it. That's all it is. Just because of the little leaf
it's now Breath of the Wild.
glider thing. No, but it just
No.
it just looked cute. I mean, and it's like this girl. She can turn into anything. I don't know. She's some kind of like shapeshifter person. Like in the trailer, she's turning into like a bird and then a lantern, and then there's like little snippets of her as like a shark, I think, and like other things. Yeah, it just looked really cute.
Ooh, do we know what
I
platforms it's
think
coming out on, or is it like was that a teaser?
it says it's coming out spring 2022. It is a Sony game, but I think it's also coming onto the Switch.
Ooh, so
Or no. Sorry, I lied. Don't listen to me. Not Switch. It's coming. It's Sony, so like PlayStations and then PC.
oh, okay then. I wonder if the PC release will be a lot later than what the Sony release is, because we know how they
I
like
don't.
to.
I would hope not. I mean, when I looked it up, it said coming to those three things in spring 2022, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
See, this year for the Game Awards, Sony really done kind of like, I don't know, kind of bad. Like, I'm looking at the list now of like of who won what, and normally it would be like a lot of Sony games would be there, but like best action game, that went to Returnal, which is a Sony exclusive. Obviously the Kena Bridge of Spirits, that's the Sony exclusive, and that won best indie title and best indie debut. But looking for, I mean, Deathloop won best game direction and best art direction, but that was made by Bethesda, who obviously got brought up by Xbox, and it's also coming out to Xbox in 2022. So it's not a Sony exclusive, because it would have been, but then Microsoft, should I say, brought Bethesda. So now they get to have that game on their console as well, because it would have been a full-on Sony exclusive. But Forza Horizon, which is a Xbox exclusive, won best audio design. It also won innovation in accessibility, and it also won best sports/racing game. So I feel as if like Xbox kind of like cleared up a little bit on this one. Like it wasn't a full like winner, you know, because obviously it Takes Two won, and that was on everywhere. Best narrative went to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Don't really feel as if that's correct in saying. Sorry, just on my end, I don't feel as if that's correct in saying, because Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy just looked like a kind of Marvel's Avengers type game.
Think it was that one. It was a lot of like pay to win stuff.
What, on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy?
It might have been the other Marvel one. I don't know.
It was the Avenger one, which was like a lot of like paid stuff, and it was just like
Oh,
it was
that's
just really
true. Yeah.
grindy. Games for Impact went to Life is Strange: True Colors. Best performance went to Maggie Robertson, who I can't say her name, but she was the big vampire lady in Resident Evil Village.
Lady Dimitrescu.
Yes, which that was well deserved. Well deserved because that was a fantastic performance.
Yeah. She got like some huge fame from that because everyone loved her, and she's like, "Wow, I did not expect this to take off as much as it did," and it did.
Yeah, best
I hope
on.
she gets a lot more roles from
Oh,
that.
hopefully, because she was fantastic. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know, when there's like people who like where they know what they're doing. I can't remember the phrase. Like we said it. It's like that they read. Oh, I said it when I took the pictures of Brie. On the Pokeball. I can't remember how you call it, but it's like that where they just know exactly what to do. Like they read, they read the script perfect and was like, "Yep, this done."
Yeah.
It's like that, that. But like best ongoing game and best community support that went to Final Fantasy 14, which is the online mode. Weirdly, best VR/AR game went to Resident Evil 4 VR. Where I would have thought,
Interesting.
yeah, like because there was a couple of ER games. There was a couple of VR games which actually was released this year, so it was kind of like, oh, didn't think that. I don't know what Guilty Gear Strive is, but that won best fighting game. Best RPG went to Tales of Arise. Best action/adventure game was Metroid Dread. I think that was a new Metroid game, but I don't know because I'm not so big on Nintendo like as I used to be. Best simulation/strategy game went to Age of Empire, which that would have always gone to Age of Empire. Like whenever they would have released Age of Empire 4, that would have always taken that one. Definitely would have always taken it. And then there was just like esports stuff, which I don't really care about. I don't know whether you care about it, but
Nope.
nope. But yeah, so that was the Game Awards of like, I don't know, like it's a mixed bag of games.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real mixed bag of games, but you can see like countless games keep coming back up like inside the awards. Because obviously It Takes Two, Deathloop 1, 2, It Takes Two 1, 3, Forza 1, 3, and Final Fantasy 1, 2, along with Kena Bridge of Spirits. They won 2 as well. So congratulations everyone who won a game award. Next year, I feel as if next year will be completely Elden Ring. Or
So it'll be interesting.
Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's going to win a couple, I think, as well.
No, it's gonna be Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
No. No.
The Bidoofs.
Most Pokemon in a game.
Two things I will say real quick about some games that they showed. That Senua game, the second one. It's not a game for me. It's not a game that I can play. I will say though that the trailer of it looked very good.
Is that the Hellblade?
If that's a game you can play and are into, like I think that the second one looks really good and interesting. And then the other one, I mean, that was a really good trailer. The other one is Horizon Forbidden West.
Ooh.
I'm interested in the game. I think the trailer was crap. I think they made it look like a I don't even know. They made it look like some like okay, so like Senua and like the other like kind of more is it an RPG?
Yeah.
Senua and like the other games like that, like they had a really great trailer. Maybe it was the fact that it didn't show like the trailer was all gameplay, I think. So maybe it was the fact that they didn't
for Horizon.
Yeah.
That's weird considering that.
Yes. So maybe it was the fact that they didn't show like cutscenes like they did with Senua, because Senua was almost like a full cutscene, and then it shows you how you can like obviously the player is like doing some things during the cutscene. With Horizon, it was all gameplay. And maybe I just don't, if it's an RPG, I don't think I like just a full gameplay trailer because I don't think it gives you very much. That's for me. Like, I like to see the story. I like to know what's going on as opposed to just seeing like, oh, hey, here's new beasties and here's how you fight them.
Yeah, see, I like half and half. I like it where you get some story and then you get a bit of gameplay and then it finishes with like, say, some other story thing of like somebody like, how will you do your story?
Yeah. It just, yeah, and it was just weird because it was like, it was gameplay in the different areas of this Western world, I assume. Um, and so it's just like flashing through different areas. And it was, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the game, and I know that because I enjoyed the first one. I just didn't like this trailer. And like, I'm not gonna like not see the game just based on that trailer. Like, I still am very interested. It's just like, okay, I know that this game is gonna be cool. Your trailer did not show it though. It didn't like give much that I like know that this game is going to be.
See, I wonder if they're giving like too much away because I know that sometimes you can give too much weight in a trailer and then like you don't leave the audience shocked for anything. Like I know that Pokemon Legends of Arceus, they recently done another like mini trailer to show off another like variation of a Voltorb. It's like a wooden Voltorb, which kind of makes sense because the Pokeballs are wooden. So, but they're showing off a lot of stuff and they have already delayed it once. So it's kind of like, ooh, but I wonder, will Horizon Zero West, will Sony delay that game? Because was the first one delayed?
I don't know.
So I don't know. It's just like a thing of like, and are you showing off too much? And also like, are you showing off like the graphics, which obviously isn't going to coincide with what everyone else gets? Because that's the big thing for me. If they show off a game and they don't put not actual graphics or not in-game graphics, and then they're like, oh, this is all inside the game. And then when you get the game, it kind of looks like some like Roblox edition. I'm using Roblox a lot as an awesome Cyberpunk edition, should I say. We haven't, I feel as if we haven't like bagged on Cyberpunk yet in this.
I just feel like the way that they showed the trailer, it made it look like some kind of like, what's that game? That Monster Hunter World or something?
Oh yeah, Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, it made it look like that as opposed to like the story game that it is.
Oh, unless they're switching it, and unless it's less story and more you go around hunting monsters.
I mean, I hope not. She was talking over it though, so there's definitely a story because she was talking. It's just
Ava?
what they were. What?
Ava? Is it Ava?
Aloy.
Aloy. Oh, wounded.
Yeah. So she was talking and kind of like telling you what's going on as like a voiceover, but all the like imagery, it looked very much like some sort of like Monster Hunter World trailer.
Ooh, well, we have to find out more because it's coming out next year, isn't it? Is that next year or is that 2023? I mean,
I thought it was 22.
I'm sure that Sony will have a state of play in a couple of months or so, and it will show more of that game off anyway. I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I know that they showed off half an hour, I think, at E3.
Oh wow.
Like that's a long time to be showing a game.
That is. Like, I don't need that much. Just the way that they like showed it this time just kind of seemed like not like the game that it is.
So moving on from go on.
Well, wait. Can I say one other thing about one more game?
Do it because you're excited.
It's real quick. There's some kind of Golem game which like would be exciting, except it looks so derpy. He looks derpy. His voice sounds bad.
Does he not sound like Golem?
It just sound like his, because okay, obviously there's like the Golem and then the Smeagol voice. So his like Smeagol voice sounds like a child, like because obviously that's like the sweeter version of him, his like Hobbit version. But it's like they went so sweet with it, and he sounds like a child. And then the Gollum version sounds like anyone who ever tries to do a Gollum impression.
Wait, so is it like this? What's the hobbits doing, master? We
Yes,
must take us the ring.
exactly that. Yes, like you could be the voice actor because
Maybe I
that's
am.
what it that's what it sounds like. So it's just kind of like I don't know, very derpy, I think.
Just a derpy
That's
Gollum
my
game.
Yeah. That was my take on the Game Awards though.
Ta-da! No, yeah. Again, congratulations, It Takes Two, for taking 2021 Game Awards.
Yes, huge congratulations.
Now, let's move over to our own little, like, kind of Game Awards and what we feel was, like, the games which really made an impact on us this year. See, technically, for me, a lot of the games which I'm going to say weren't actually released in 2021. They were released, like, either before or I just finally got around to playing them in 2021.
Fair.
So, like, I'm going to take you back to Breath of the Wild. For me, that is probably one of my most favorite games which I played this year was Breath of the Wild.
That was a really nice one.
I really like that game. I like the fact of that, like, I don't know, like, because I wasn't really knowing what to expect from a open world Legend of Zelda game, but it ticked all the boxes. Because it allowed me to be my derpy self as well, where I could and it also allowed me to be my cherry self, where I could, like, kill Ganondorf with a ladle. Just smack him in the head with a ladle. Done.
We killed that gammon with a ladle.
Exactly. It's just like, what? But then, like, it was just, I really liked it. I really liked Breath of the Wild. I could see why that won Game of the Awards.
Mm-hmm.
It won it a couple of years ago, and well deserved, because it was a fantastic game. I would like to say that Pokemon was my most anticipated game, but oh boy, what a letdown.
Yeah, most anticipated, but definitely would not win any kind of award.
No, it's like, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it because obviously it's not Game Freak who worked on it. It's they led it to other people to work on it, and I like it for what it is. But I also dislike it for how lack of Pokemon that actually are inside. It's like that they put all the Pokemon in the underground and they just gave you like the scraps left over for the top world.
Yeah, that really bothered me watching it because I guess Sword and Shield was my first introduction into Pokemon, and I think that just set the bar so high that going into this one, it was like, oh, like it's not nearly as good.
Yeah, like I like me and actually both said, like, boy, do we miss going into some grass and seeing all the Pokemon actually around, so we know who we can expect. And it's just, boy, do I miss Pokemon Sword and Shield. That was a fantastic game, and to go from that, like you said, to this, it's just like, wow. Like, and I know, I'm sorry if there's loads of people out there who really like the Sinnoh region and really like Diamond and Pearl, and I'm really sorry about that, but for me, the first time playing Diamond and Pearl, this was not the experience what I had. Like, everyone says how amazing Diamond and Pearl is, and it's like the best Pokemon like game ever of the series. But for me, it was a real lackluster. Like, the fact of that at first, there was only like 5 Pokemon which you could find in the whole world. Even when you moved, like, I was doing what? I'd done the 7th gym, and we still found Bidoof.
But Doof and Starly, that's it, everywhere.
They're the team mascots. It should be called Pokemon. Like, if they ever do a Let's Go version of it, it'll be Let's Go Starly and Let's Go Bidoof. Forget Eevee and Pikachu, Bidoof and Starly.
I guess, like, my issue is that it's like, okay, yes, Sword and Shield was really great because with the wild area or anywhere, you can see the Pokemon just out and about, kind of like you can in the underground of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just like, okay, if you're above and you just have to go through the grass and like if it shakes, you go to it, there's something. I feel like
That's
it
using the
should be
Poké
different.
Radar.
Okay. Well, it should still be different in every area because I know I'm going to make a comparison, don't hate me, but in Nextamon, it's the same kind of shaky grass thing where it's like grass shakes, you go to it, there's a thing. But
There's
in
a thing.
well, a Nexamon, a Pokemon, whatever. But it's like every single area you go to, it's going to be something different. If you're in a more grassy area, they're going to be more grassy. If you're in a like ice area, they're going to be like ice ones. Whereas this, it was like, didn't matter what grass area you're in, didn't matter if you went to a completely different area, you're gonna get the same dang Bidoof and Starly.
Yeah, I mean, the shocking thing as well with it is when we went up to the snow area, expecting, you know, ice-type Pokemon, who did we get? Starly and
Bidoof!
and Machoke! And a Machoke! There's just a Machoke up there bodybuilding. He's like, yeah, you come to the rocks. Let me show you my rocks. He's just like flexing. It's just like, what? Like, it was just, it really was it was a disappointment for me. Like, and even using when, after you do the Pokedex, you get to unlock the national dex, which then apparently there's 400 odd more Pokemon which come into the world because Professor Oak brings them along because he's a troublemaker. And then he gives you like and then you get a Poke Radar. And then using the Poke Radar, you're meant to find new Pokemon. How many times did I Poke Radar and find Bidoof and Starly?
Oh my
It just
gosh.
never stops. Like, it's not, for me, it's just a real lackluster Pokemon game. And I'm really praying and hoping that, I mean, I know that Pokemon Legends Arceus is going to be fantastic because it's like a Breath of the Wild Pokemon game. It's like an open world experience, but I'm also dreading it as well because I think it's going to be like how Monster Hunter is, where you don't actually get to travel around the whole world. You just get put into an area, and then that's where you are for like half an hour or for like however long you want to be. But only certain Pokemon will spawn in for like half an hour long, because in Monster Hunter, you go to the areas to hunt the monsters, but they're only there for half an hour. If you don't defeat them within the half an hour, they just go. They just, see ya, I fled the area.
Oh, weird.
So I'm hoping, and I'm thinking of that, it might be like that, because they've already showed off of that there's like 5 different areas, or zones they call it, where you can go. So I'm thinking of that, it's going to be not a, hey look, open world Breath of the Wild Pokemon. It's going to be a, hey look, Breath of the Wild, but no, you're stuck in this place. So please, Pokemon Legend of Arceus, we've already been let down this year. Don't let us down next year, because I don't think that there's going to be a Pokemon game next year after Legend of Arceus, because they're releasing it in January, which has never been done before. Like, they've never released a Pokemon, well, not that I feel like that I know of, but they've never released a Pokemon game at the start of the year. It's always end of the year, November. The earliest it's been is like, I think October, maybe, like end of October, but it's always been November, like Pokemon November. So it's just like, like, I'm anticipating it and I'm excited for it, but I'm also, after Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I'm a letdown for it. And I don't know what they're going to do to resurrect that kind of style of Pokemon games, of like going out and catching them, because Legend of Arceus is completely different to what Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and all the other Pokemon games have been. So I'm interested to know where we're going to be with this, and if we're going to go back to a Sword and Shield Pokemon game in November, like next November. Like, they've got to be working on it, or got to be working on something for the end of the year. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bad year for Game Freak. It's gonna be a terrible year for Game Freak.
It'll be interesting to see how the next one is.
Well, see, another thing about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was the fact of that we couldn't use, we can't use Pokemon Home yet. We're still being like, our Pokemon are still being held hostage inside Pokemon Home, and half the features inside the game to like connect to other players are not until 2022. So we don't get, I know that that's only like a month away, or less than a month away, but we still don't get them. And it's like, okay, this is a real big issue with Pokemon, because what do you like doing? You know, people like trading with each other. People like wonder trading. People like, yes, you can trade with your friends, but that's a whole other issue as well, because you have to do a little link code and then get into a room and then find the actual real room, because I thought that I chose a brilliant link code number. Turns out that somebody from Japan also had the same idea as me, and I was link trading with them rather than my actual friend. It's just like, what? It's bizarre. And then after you actually get into the same room with your friend, you then got to click on each other that you want to both trade, and then wait for about a minute or 2 minutes for then the game to initiate that you both want to trade, and then you have to click on each other again and say, hi, I'm T, want to trade? It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
It's a process, and they've done it so wrong. They've done it so, I don't know, like they gave this game and say, hey, remaster one of our most beloved games for us, because they gave it to this other company, and this other company, bless them, they tried so much with what they got to work with, and I'm guessing like they had to take orders from Game Freak of how they want the game to look, how they want the game to run, how they want the game to sound, and everything like that. But it's on my thing. I'm gonna rate it a 3 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think I agree. Yeah.
I don't see myself replaying it because I've replayed Sword and Shield 3 times already, and I don't see myself replaying this one. I don't want to replay this one.
No.
Maybe if they put in Wonder Trades, I might do a Wonder Lock. So like it's like a Nuzlocke where I can only use Pokemon who I've Wonder Traded. So I might do that, or I might do some weird different kind of run. But at the minute, I'm not hyped. Like shiny hunting didn't even get into the 7%. I'll be here forever talking about it, so I'm not going to. What is your most anticipated game of 2022? Go.
Oh, geez, most anticipated?
Yeah.
To watch, I think
I've really put you under pressure. You sound so like
you really did. Here I was thinking about trying to think of games that I've played this year to talk about, and you're asking me about next year. Okay. To watch, I'm very excited to watch you play Elden Ring.
Oh, I'm so excited for Elden Ring.
To play, um, I mean, at this point, it's looking like it could be next year, 2022. So I am really excited for these Sunhaven updates.
Oh yeah, you got your Sun
Um,
Haven
mm-hmm.
and cute grape game. Now you got a Switch.
Cute, great game. Yes.
See,
Uh,
that can be your 2022 Sun
yeah,
Haven
and then
grapes.
I mean, if I can finagle how to do it on computer, no, I feel maybe it could be a horrible experience, but if I could finagle how to do it on computer, I think that Tachia or Chia game could be fun.
Ooh yeah. Well, we can work it out. We can work it out.
Yeah.
What has been your most favorite game of 2021? It doesn't have to be obviously like released in 2021, but like the game which you've probably spent a lot of time on and you've just had like the best memories on it.
Um, I mean, probably Sunhaven.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I haven't played it in a while because I'm waiting for the update. But I was really enjoying it and really getting into it. I think obviously, I got a Switch. So I think Animal Crossing is going to take over my life
Oh,
for a
Animal Crossing is
while.
going to take over everything. As soon as you get Maple and as soon as you get to do the happy home design,
Oh,
you're going to be like,
I love
oh, I'm going
Maple.
to build a little house. But they have houses, but they
Oh,
can have more houses.
oh, as soon as I can design, it's over. Bye, bye world. I'm going to be just designing in Animal Crossing forever.
Big's just going to be
Um,
like looking at his bowl, like, I used to have food here, and then she got Animal Crossing.
Uh, but yeah, I think this year, I mean, I don't even remember what I've played this year, but Sun Haven is definitely one that I really enjoyed. I think obviously it wasn't out this year, but I think I played Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider this year again,
You done all
like
three of them, didn't
fully.
you?
I did, and I really enjoyed my little like Tomb Raider series. Another one that actually was a huge hit for me and kind of a surprise was Glass Masquerade 1 and 2. And
Oh, they're
I
fantastic.
they were amazing and it was just great. It was so nice to just do it's a puzzle game, so it was nice to just do some puzzles, I would wake up and just kind of like in the morning, that was my game. And I really hope that they make more because I enjoyed them, and it's not a game that I would really go back to play because it's kind of like you did the puzzles once. What are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, it's like
So I really hope that
it's
they
a
make
one-off
more.
game because you can do
It
them
is.
on like hard mode immediately. You don't have to like do them because I done a dumb thing on Class Masquerade 2. I started doing them on normal mode to get the normal achievements, and I was like, yeah, and then I'll replay them and do them more on hard mode. Just go on hard mode immediately. It's no difference. Just some extra
Yeah.
pieces, but that's all it is. I think for me, best multiplayer game which I've played this year was probably either Grounded or Dead by Daylight. I know that again, Grounded isn't technically out yet, and Dead by Daylight has been out for 5 years. But just to have the experience and like the fun with like friends, that has been the most fantastic like thing for me.
I think Grounded is another one that I'm really most anticipated for next year because it's coming out
Summertime,
next summer. Yeah,
summer,
it's coming
yep.
out next summer. So I think we're gonna have our little squad. We'll get back on, and I think
We can
to
find
have the game like fully out and complete, we'll spend some
we
good
can
time on it.
finally do what our parents want us to do and spend summer outside in the back garden.
Yes.
We're just gonna be really shrunken down and eating dead bugs. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be great.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, it's gonna be great. But no, yeah. That's I don't know. There's a lot coming out, and I'm just like when your brain is just like because there's just so much stuff coming out. That's me. I think I probably said that every podcast since we've done it.
Oh, probably.
Because I get excited about stuff coming out. I'm so excited about things coming out. Like I'm excited about Power to the People coming out. That's fantastic.
Oh, yes.
I'm excited about because I've seen a lot. They've been updating their graphics of their game and it looks fantastic. Like Power to the People, if you listen, spot on. Elden Ring, I'm excited for. Pokemon Legend of Arceus, Grounded. There's just Deathloop. I'm excited to play Deathloop. Starfield, if that comes out next year. I'm not sure whether it is or whether it's 2023. But I'm excited, and there's also like stuff happening with the podcast, which is going to be exciting as well. Like we can't say
we have some big things.
we
coming
have
up.
a massive thing coming up. Can't say much, but it's going to be at the start of next year. Not obviously, January 1st it drops, boom, done. No, it's going to be at the start of next year. Say if we was a game dev, we would say, it'll be inside the first quarter of 2022, springtime.
Yes, first quarter.
Yes. Springtime.
Indeed.
But yeah, no,
Yes.
we have some fantastic guests lined up. We have some, there's a fantastic company lined up. That's what, I'm so
Yes.
excited. Like, there's only 4 people or 5 people who know about what's coming. And obviously, because it's me and obviously you, the person who we are interviewing or people, and then, obviously the Webleedpixel, people as well. Like, they obviously know.
Yes.
Because they have to. It would be a bit of a, hey, this is happening. But yeah, it's been a year. It's been a fantastic year, I feel.
It has been.
And
It has. There were some great games, and there are even more great games coming up next year that we are so excited to talk about and showcase on this little podcast.
yeah, and some more guests like coming on, like because that's what I'm excited. Like that we're branching out into putting loads more people more like on, and I've got some ideas of like guests and some like special conversations to talk about as well. So stay tuned for 2022 Webleedpixels Podcast next level. We are going to level up. But I feel as if sadly this would be the last one of 2021. We won't be back in 2 weeks because we will all be celebrating Christmas.
The holidays. It's holiday season. We hope you all have an amazing holiday season, a great end to 2021, wrapping up whatever games everyone is wrapping up, and we will see you all in the new year. I do just want to say quickly, thank you to everyone who has listened for this year. We're so excited to be able to continue this into the new year and bring you all sorts of good gaming and fun content in the new year.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone, for listening and supporting us.
Yes, a massive thank you to everyone for listening, for coming out to the live broadcast of the podcast, premieres. That means an awful lot to see people inside the chat talking about what we're talking about on the podcast. So thank you for everyone who has listened to us, who has been here. Thank you to the guests who we've had on, Power to the People, the devs, Crunchy, and to Beth and Georgia from last week. Thank you for Webleedpixels for giving us this opportunity to share another aspect of the Webleedpixels universe.
Yes.
And yeah, and to just have a fantastic holiday. Have a good holiday. Enjoy whatever games you're going to play. Tell us inside, I guess, the new year. Tell us inside the new year, what games you got for Christmas, what you got for Christmas, and we will see you inside the new year. So from T and V, have a happy new year.
And happy holidays.
Happy holidays, and we will see you in 2022. Bye, everyone. Bye.